So something to think about is how we confuse simply finding fault with anger. We think finding fault means being angry. So then we think, oh, it's not good to be angry. We're supposed not to be angry. So we stop being angry. Then we think I've got to stop finding fault. And that's throwing the baby out with the bathwater. That's ridiculous. So you see, there's a war in Ukraine, right? There's a war. It's a fact. That's not anger. That's not finding fault. It's a fact. So then what happens is, if you say you side with Ukraine, then you get angry. So we assume they're the same thing. But when we really realize they're not, this is a revelation, I tell you, it can really begin to help us. And the same with our body, or things when things go wrong, little baby things, like you've got a pain in your knee. And then we say, well, of course I'm angry, I've got a pain in my knee. Of course I'm angry, I didn't get the cup of tea I wanted. Of course I'm angry, the light is red. So when we don't get what we want, which is when attachment doesn't get what it wants, that also is a fact. Your knee hurt, the light is red, the tea is cold. But it's not the same as saying, so saying the tea is cold isn't being angry with it. That's an added thing on top. So when we see that, then, like I said, we don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Oh, well, there's not really a war in Ukraine. Oh, well, my knee isn't really hurting. No, not at all. But how to do that? That's the part, isn't it? Because why we get angry is because attachment is this junkie in us, this default mode, this default assumption that somehow I must get what I want every time. So whether that's not getting a pain in the knee or not having a war in Ukraine, in a sense, it's the same thing, So, of course, this demands a lot of awareness of what's going on in our mind and grabbing ourselves, grabbing the mind. I mean, hearing a big noise is a good example. You've got a nice quiet space and suddenly there's a big noise coming. Immediately we get angry. There is a noise, but we have to learn to change the way we respond to it, because anger is just an interpretation, and it happens to be one that's kind of loaded and emotional, and causes us pain, and often causes us to make a mess. That's the reason we should learn to really see. But to realize it's not the same as finding fault. That's quite a revelation, actually.